welcome back to my channel. So obviously I just posted a video like a day, maybe 2 days ago. I don't know, it depends on when I'm posting this video. I'm filming this video the day that I posted the announcement where I announced that my mom is pregnant. It's called "My Mom is Pregnant, Oh My God," read description. Well, in parentheses it says read description. So in that video, I mentioned I'm going to do a weekly update every week of our little baby love. You will hear me calling it different things, like there's one thing I can't call it on this vlog because that is a boy name and I call it by its first and second initial, but still that might give a little hint and I don't want that. So I'm gonna just, on my vlogs or videos or whatever, I'm gonna call it by its other names that I call it. I call it my baby, my little love, my baby love, or different things like that. So this week, okay, actually I'm gonna update you guys on the other weeks that this baby has been, I guess. Since this is my first update and we've known for a few weeks, or a lot of weeks I guess. So right now my mom is in her first trimester of pregnancy. So we found out a little before she was 6 weeks and 2 days, so I would say we found out at 4 weeks and some odd days. So anyways, the first time that we downloaded the app, the baby was 6 weeks and 2 days, our second trimester. So that was the first trimester, sorry, and we're still in our first trimester. So the baby was the size of a pomegranate seed. That is that tiny. So those seeds inside of that is how big the baby was. And that was at 6 weeks and 2 days. At 7 weeks, the baby was as big as a blueberry and had, you can't really see it that good, and had developed its umbilical cord, which is basically pretty much like a feeding tube that goes into its belly button from my mom, so every time she eats, baby eats. So it had developed the umbilical cord. Okay, and then at 8 weeks, it was as big as a raspberry. And this is what the baby looked like at 8 weeks. Can you guys see that? Yeah, okay. Sorry if there's like a little glare in the background of it, but that's the best I can really show you. Okay. And then at 9 weeks, the baby was as big as a wild cherry. Hold on. Give me a second. Where's it at? Okay, you can't really see it in this picture for some reason, but can't really see a cherry, but it was as big as a wild cherry, which is about that big. And at 8 weeks is when we got the heartbeat, and this is how small it was when we got our first ultrasound. We got our first ultrasound at 9 weeks and 2 days. So, sorry. Right there. That's the little baby right there. That was our first ultrasound at 9 weeks and 2 days, I think. And last week, the baby was 10 weeks, and the baby was as big as a green olive. Okay. Last week, the baby was as big as a green olive. Again, you can't see it that well, but And it was starting, it's at 10 weeks it starts to wiggle. It starts to develop all of its major brain, lungs, intestines, livers, kidneys, and organs and stuff. All of that have developed by our 10 week. And the baby bones, their bones, the baby bones are starting to get the joints and the bones are starting to develop. The baby's elbows can flex, like move now. You just won't feel nothing yet. And eventually it will grow and it will have knees and ankles. And the bones will eventually become stronger. And, okay, I'm going to read what this says. This is still at 10 weeks. Just when you thought that your baby developed their first set of teeth at 6 months of age, they're actually buried way beneath the gums, even before they were born. You may be surprised to find out that as earlier as 10 weeks of pregnancy, your tiny baby is now growing its first set of teeth just under all the gums that are, of course, very small, but definitely a significant development, I think. Okay, then we had our second ultrasound, which is the pictures that I showed you in my last video of announcing that she was pregnant, which I'm just going to show you again just in case you didn't watch. That's as big as a baby right there. That's how big the baby is. This week, she just found out today, the baby is officially 11 weeks exactly today. So whenever I do these updates, the week that it is, I'm going to read everything off to you what the app says. So at this week, your baby is about as big as a fig. Okay. A fig, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it, but that's what it is. It's about this big. You would be surprised that your baby has almost doubled in weight since last week. The stars of this week's milestones are the toes and fingers have separated and don't look webbed anymore. Webbed is basically where they're together like frog feet, but now they're starting to separate. This makes your little wiggler more like a human now. The bones also start to harden as your baby practices more kicking and stretching. Though you can't feel any movement just yet, your baby movements are quite fluid. He or she looks like it's doing ballet underwater. As for the skin, your baby still looks very transparent. Moving down the genitals are almost formed. If your baby is a girl, the ovaries are busy developing at this time. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to find out the gender of your baby. I'm so excited. My grandma said around 14 weeks you should be able to find out, but might not be turned around just in time. So, I don't know. It can be between 14 to 18 weeks you can find out the gender. First, hiccups in the womb. At 11 weeks, at week 11, your baby looks more like a tadpole, but don't underestimate what your little wiggler can do. At this point, your baby might have already learned to hiccup, though you won't feel any of this yet. Why does your baby hiccup so early? Because the diaphragm is developing at this week. Your baby is now swallowing amniotic fluid, leading to hiccups. Don't worry, this is perfectly normal. Just think of your baby practicing all these life skills and preparing for the outside world. You may have to wait until you're 27 weeks pregnant to feel your baby's hiccups. For now, your baby is still quite small for you to feel any kind of movement. So, yeah, basically that was the update of this week. The baby is learning how to hiccup. Its bones are getting stronger. Soon you're going to be able to know the gender of your baby. It's as big as a fit. I guess, or a fig. It's as big as a fig, like this big. And she is 11 weeks exactly right now. Probably in this post, she'll probably be 11 weeks and 2 days, or 11 weeks and 1 day, depends. So, yeah, I can't wait to meet my little baby. And so there will definitely be an update next week. There's going to be a weekly update every week. And my mom is taking pictures of her stomach every month, like this or something. Like she's doing this, like standing up and doing this, like this, and holding her baby, just so that way we can see her belly grow. And then whenever the baby's born, she's gonna take a picture like this. I'm gonna make her take a picture like this of holding the baby next to her stomach. And then I'm probably gonna do a whole video from the first bump date thingy, the first bump, to the very last. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Comment down below some girl names. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like me and my beautiful little love always say, we'll be back with more videos. Peace.
Someone told me love was only in the movies. It don't exist in real life these days.